Hello, everybody, and welcome to my 2023 NASCAR Cup Series playoff predictions. I've seen a lot of other people do this, so I figured I'd just hop on the train and figure out and do this myself. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So we're going to start with the round of 12. The round of 12 has a lot of interesting races, including Darlington and Bristol. Now, Kansas is about what I'm going to expect out of a race. We're going to do this by race, and then we'll go by what drivers make it in on points. Starting with Darlington, I think Denny Hamlin's going to win this race. I think that if we look back at what he did in earlier this year, he led 9 laps, he finished 12th, and he qualified 8th. So I think he's going to finally be able to bring home Darlington. Other people that could take home Darlington are Martin Truex Jr. He led 145 laps, won the pole last race. Ross Chastain, he won a stage and led 93 laps. William Byron, obviously, he won the race last year. Joey Logano, he runs consistently well. And Eric Jones, who is just always a threat at Darlington, especially in the Southern 500. I believe he's won it twice. Next up is Kansas. I think possible winners for this race are Denny Hamlin, who obviously won last race, even though it was a little bit of controversy. I definitely think he has a fast car in Kansas. I believe Kyle Larson could easily win. He ran amazing and just unlucky. Martin Truex Jr. is always fast in Kansas. William Byron won the pole. But I think with all the pressure coming around Bubba Wallace, he's going to take this one home. I know he won it last year, but he's always fast at Kansas, and he needs to find a way to win if he wants to make it into the next round of the playoffs. So I think Bubba Wallace is going to steal one in Kansas. I think he's going to steal a playoff spot. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else was able to take it home. Now for Bristol. Bristol is always a mess. Bristol Concrete is one of the best races of the year, but anybody can win. There's always so much chaos. Now, somebody outside the playoffs that could take this one is Eric Almirola. He won the pole last year, and he always figures out a way to back into a win every couple years. And with it looking like he's going to retire, I think he's going to be throwing all his chips in on one of these races to try and win. I think this might be his best shot. Chris Buescher, obviously, he won last year, but he always runs well. And, I mean, he's got all this momentum coming in, winning the last 3 oval races. I think he's definitely got a good chance to win at Bristol. And obviously Brad Keselowski, he's always run well here. He was one top 5 last year, I believe, so would not be surprised. However, I'm going to take Christopher Bell. I think Christopher Bell is going to win his way into the next round of the playoffs. I think he's going to win here in Bristol. He always runs well here. He qualified well, but he's also able to avoid the chaos. Now, for the people that will make the playoffs, I have Denny Hamlin with his win at Darlington. I have Bubba Wallace with his win at Kansas. I think he's going to steal a spot. I think Christopher Bell is going to win at Bristol, and he's going to take that spot. I think William Byron, even though he's not historically fast during the summer stretch, we're coming out of that and going into the playoffs. So I think he's going to run well at Darlington, and he's going to run well at Kansas, and he's going to use his momentum to continue. I think Martin Truex Jr. is going to make the playoffs, the next round of the playoffs. He has been on a hot year with no wins last year. I believe he has 3 this year. He has a lot of momentum coming in with the regular season championship, and he always runs good at Darlington, Kansas. I think Chris Buescher is going to make the next round of the playoffs with him winning the last 3 oval races. I just think he has too much momentum. And he always runs good at Bristol, runs decent at Darlington, Kansas. So I'm not expecting him to come out of the middle of nowhere and win, but I'm expecting him to be able to get his way into the next round of the playoffs. Kyle Busch, I do not see a way he misses the round of 12. I think he's too fast. We've seen speed from him all year. He has 3 wins. You don't get that without speed. And I think his first year with RCR has been a great year for him. I think Kyle Larson's going to take the next spot in the playoffs. He runs good at all 3 tracks, but he does not have the momentum, and he hasn't shown excessive speed in the past few weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if him and Cliff Daniels just lose positions. in the playoffs, but I definitely think he will make it to the next round. Brad Keselowski is going to take the next spot. I do not see a way he misses as well. Similar to Kyle Busch, he's had a decent year. Him in his breakout year at RFK, and he runs well at Bristol and Kansas to push him through. I think Tyler Reddick's going to take the next spot. He's always good at Kansas, and he's been reliable at Bristol. If Tyler Reddick and his crew can avoid the costly mistakes that they always make when it comes to these types of races, I think he can make it easily into the next round. I think Ryan Blaney is going to be able to take the next spot. I know there isn't that much speed coming out of the Penske camp, but I think he can run consistently enough through these 3 races to find a way to make it through. But they might have to do something different to figure it out. And I think Kevin Harvick is going to take the next spot. I just don't see there being enough speed from Chastain or Logano to beat out Harvick for the final spot. Chastain's been running in the 20s all season. I know he has that win at Nashville, and I just don't see the speed from Logano. So I think Harvick's going to be able to sneak his way into the next round of the playoffs. And now for the people who missed. I'm sure you can probably figure out who, but as sad as it is, I have to knock out Ross Chastain. He's run 20th, 21st consistently all year, and there's just not enough speed to make it through the next round. Although I do very much hope he proves me wrong. Joey Logano, I just don't see enough speed coming from him. He has an average finish of 15.2. He just has been sitting in the middle of the pack all year. I haven't seen him, other than his win at Atlanta, I haven't seen him do very much. But that's just a Penske all-around thing. Michael McDowell, I do not see a way that he can get enough points together to make it through the next round. I mean, he needs a miracle to make it through to the round of 8, but to make it to the round of 12. But if he makes it to the round of 12, I definitely think I do see him making it to the round of 8 if he can do that. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Obviously, it's an easy first round exit, but I am glad to see Ricky and JTG make something out of this year. I mean, this is much more consistent year for him. He's, actually inside the top 16 in points, I believe, this year. Even with that win in the Daytona 500. So, I'm very much impressed from JTG Racing and Ricky Stenhouse. On to the round of 12. Round of 12 has Texas, Talladega, and Charlotte. This is the chaos round. There's always something that goes on in Texas. There's always something that goes on in Talladega. And there's always something crazy that happens at the Roval. There's just so many good Roval racers, it's so hard to pick one there. But we're going to start with Texas. Possible winners are William Byron, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick. I think Tyler Reddick might be able to bring this one home, but I don't know how well he'll be able to do without Randall Burnett. William Byron is always fast in Texas. Brad Keselowski finished 8th with a car he couldn't get right all day, and he won the pole last year. However, I think Alex Bowman is going to take this one home. He's going to steal a win from one of the playoff drivers. And my reasoning for this is he has to back into a win at some point, and I think he runs and qualifies well here. This is the place that he does it. So I think Alex Bowman's going to take home Texas. Now, Talladega. Man, this is a hard one. It's just a toss-up race. There's obviously people who run well at super speedways, like Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace. But there's also people like Brad Keselowski, who I don't look at as being a phenomenal plate racer. But if you look how well Brad Keselowski has done this in the past, he's won 6 times in Talladega. But I don't think this will be number 7. I think Chase Elliott is going to be able to get this one here. I know he won it last year, but, I mean, with Alex Bowman winning last week, I think Hendrick is going to have some momentum to push them through to the next round. And I think that'll complete Hendrick's win cycle for the year. Now for the Charlotte Road Course. Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on here. It's a toss-up between 15 different drivers. There's obviously drivers like Christopher Bell, who won it last year. There's drivers like Michael McDowell, who are always wild cards at road courses. There's drivers like Chris Buescher, who haven't been able to seem to get enough together at a road course to bring it home, but are always running phenomenally. There's drivers like Martin Truex Jr., who when I think of road course racers, I don't think of him immediately. But if you look at the stats over the years, he definitely has what it takes to bring home on a road course. There's drivers like A.J. Allmendinger, who have been road course ringers for years. Maybe they could steal one. There's drivers like Kyle Larson, who are always threats at most tracks that they go to. But I'm jumping on the William Byron train at road courses. He's convinced me this year that he knows what it takes to get it done at a road course. He won at Watkins Glen this year, and just watching that race, I know it was hard to pass there. I know it was hard to do a whole lot there, but I definitely think he's run well here in the past, and I definitely think he's going to be able to bring it home, and he's going to be the one playoff driver in the round of 12 to take home a win. Now, the drivers that make the round of 8, William Byron, obviously, with his win at the Charlotte Roval. Martin Truex Jr., he's good at Texas, and he's good at road courses. He's not too good at Talladega, so don't be surprised if he gets caught up in something or if he just runs poorly. But, even if he doesn't get a good finish at Texas, even if he doesn't get a good finish at Charlotte, I think with the amount of points that he has and, how he runs at those two tracks, he shouldn't have anything to worry about. Same with Denny Hamlin. He's always a threat on super speedways because he has won the Daytona 500 3 times. That's saying anything. You're always a threat on super speedways. But he also has that points buffer. He has a good amount of points that he shouldn't have to worry about. Chris Buescher is the next one I'm going to put in here. He's really good at super speedways. He's good at road courses. He always puts together good finishes at road courses. And he might not have the best points cushion, but with those 3 wins, he's pretty good points buffer if he needs to fall back on that. And obviously Kyle Larson. All these tracks fit to his liking. We don't really think of him as the greatest plate racer, but I definitely think he can be somewhere to the point where he gets a couple points here and there. And I'm going to put in Christopher Bell here. I think he squeaks in with a good finish at Texas, and even if he doesn't get a good finish at Texas, I think he, definitely has an amazing run at the Charlotte Roval. And I think he gets the finish somehow. I'm going to put in Brad Keselowski. If he doesn't win at Talladega, which, again, I would not be surprised if he does, he's definitely going to have a good finish at Texas, but I definitely think Brad Keselowski is the wild card for this round. I definitely think Kyle Busch could easily steal Brad Keselowski's spot. And I'm going to put Tyler Reddick in this one. He's really good at Texas. He's really good at road courses, and he's pretty decent at super speedways. If his team can stay out of trouble, which I believe that they can. This is something they did very poorly on last year, but it's something they've improved upon this year. It's something all of 2311 has improved upon this year. So I would not be surprised if Tyler Reddick makes the playoffs, as I am picking him to make the round of 8. Now, the people that are going to miss out. Kyle Busch. I just have a feeling that he's going to be the driver that figures out what the Texas chaos is going to be. Because there's always something crazy that goes on in Texas, and I think it's going to be Kyle Busch that figures that out. And also he's going to get caught up in a wreck at Talladega. I know he won earlier, but that was by pure luck. So I'm going to take Kyle Busch is going to miss it. I think Harvick is going to miss it. I don't think he has enough speed. I don't think any SHR has enough speed to make it to the round 8. So I think Harvick's not going to make it. I don't think Blaney's going to make it. Even though Blaney is one of the most consistent drivers in NASCAR right now, he consistently doesn't win championships. Winning does. And Brian Blaney doesn't do enough of it. It's really as simple as that. And Bubba Wallace, he does not make the next round of the playoffs if he does not win at Talladega. Now, he definitely could win at Talladega. He is a good super speedway racer. But you can't rely on Talladega to put you into the next round of the playoffs. So Unfortunately, I have to knock Bubba Wallace out of this. Now for the round of 8. The round of 8 has Las Vegas, Homestead Miami Speedway, and Martinsville. I think at Las Vegas, possible winners are obviously Bowman, Busch, Truex, Larson, and Hamlin. They're always fast, and this is the most common type of track on the NASCAR circuit. So, would not be surprised if these drivers are able to bring it home. Also would not be surprised if Busch is still in the playoffs to win at Las Vegas and put himself into the championship four. But I think William Byron's going to win. I think he has too much momentum coming in. I think he's going to get another win on the year. I think this will be his 7th win on the year, as he won the race before. He's going to go back-to-back. Winning at the Charlotte Oval and then at Las Vegas. I think he's always fast in these type of tracks, and with the momentum, it's just going to be too much. Now for Homestead Miami. This one was hard too, but I have to go with Martin Truex Jr. He's always fast here. You look back at any other time, he's been in a position where he doesn't necessarily need to win, or even if he's in a situation that he does need to win, he wins. Or even if we look at how he ran last year, he probably would have won that race if he hadn't had that pit road trouble. But I would not be surprised if Larson wins it again this year. He's always fast here. He's always a threat here. Him and Cliff Daniels are always a threat at those types of tracks. And Kyle Busch, again, I'm going to have to put him in here. He's got nothing to lose now. And when you give Kyle Busch nothing to lose, even when you give him something to lose, he's always going to figure out a way to do it. So I think Kyle Busch might be able to take this one home, even though he's not in my playoffs. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if he goes back-to-back at Las Vegas and Homestead if he's in the playoffs. And now for the last one. There's still 2 spots left in my championship 4. But I think Chase Briscoe is going to win at Martinsville. Now, I know this is a bit of a crazy pick, but SHR is always fast at Martinsville. We've seen Harvick do it before. We've seen Chase Briscoe run well last year. We saw Eric Almirola and Cole Custer run well last year. So I think SHR this is one of the few tracks they have speed, and I think they're going to figure it out here. So I think Chase Briscoe is going to get his 2nd career win here at Martinsville. But I would not be surprised if Martin Truex Jr. gets another one, if William Byron wins another one, or if Denny Hamlin gets it. Would not be surprised about any of those. But I do think Chase Briscoe is going to be the one to bring home. Now, for the last 2 spots in my championship 4, I'm going to put Denny Hamlin, as he's good at all these tracks, and even if he doesn't win any of these, he's going to get good finishes. So I'm not too worried about Denny Hamlin missing the championship 4. And I'm going to put Kyle Larson here. I think he's too good at Homestead Miami and Las Vegas. And even if they don't perform well there, they won at Martinsville earlier this year. So I would not be surprised if they win at Martinsville again, or if they win at any of these tracks whatsoever. And now for the drivers that will miss. I think Christopher Bell's going to miss. I just don't see him putting enough finishes together to make it. I know he won at Martinsville last year, but it's just, I don't think he's going to be able to do it again this year. I think he run out eventually. I think he run out of luck eventually. So, then we have Christopher Buescher, as Dale Jr. would call him. That's not going to make it. I really wanted to put him in my championship 4. I really did. I just, even with his momentum, I don't think he's going to be able to get a win or put enough finishes together. This is his Achilles heel this round. This is going to be the one that's going to be hard for him to get past. So, I just don't think he can get it done. And Brad Keselowski, he barely made it to this round. He needs a miracle to really even get to this round. I think the only reason he would get to this round is if he wins at Talladega. But who knows? I just don't see him making the championship 4 with these tracks and his past finishes. I really don't. If he does, though, he's definitely a threat for Phoenix. He's always been good at Phoenix. So the next one is Tyler Reddick. This is where it's problem catch up with him. There's no way. There's no way he makes the championship 4. I'm a big Reddick fan, but this is where the problems will catch up with him. They got to catch up with him at some point. So I think this is where. So that's the Championship 4 set. Now on to Phoenix. Now for Phoenix. Possible winners are going to be William Byron, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. I don't see Martin Truex Jr. winning this race. Even with all of his strength at these types of tracks this year, I look back at where he ran earlier this year. It was terrible. He was running in the teens, in the 20s, just unable to find speed in that car that might have been due to whatever reason. So I just don't see Martin Truex Jr. winning this. And there's always Joey Logano, but I just don't think he's going to be able to do anything. So, however, I do think Ryan Blaney is going to squeeze out a second win of the year. I know he doesn't usually win a lot, but he ran very well last year. Almost was able to run down his teammate coming to the line, but was unable to get there. Give him probably 2-3 more laps, would have got him back. So, I think Blaney's going to win at this one, and he doesn't have anything to lose. So he's going to go all in on this race, which means Eric Almirola in what is most likely his final year, and Kevin Harvick in what is his final year. Both of them will not get a win this season, which is unfortunate. But I just don't really see them winning. I don't think Kevin Harvick could win. I don't see Eric Almirola winning, but I'd love for both of them to prove me wrong. So yeah. Now for the other drivers, for my championship pick, I'm going to go with William Byron. If he follows this, if he follows my prediction, he will have 7 wins on the season. And if you have a 7-win season, and you're in the championship 4, and you're at a track that you won at earlier in the year, that you ran and dominated the entire race, and you do not win, and you do not beat 4 specific drivers, that's just unfortunate to me. Because you have this momentum. You have 7 wins on the year. You've dominated the season. You've been the championship favorite. You're probably one of your best tracks. And if you can't get it done there, what are you doing? Honestly. So I think William Byron's going to be able to get it done. I think Denny Hamlin's going to choke because it's Denny Hamlin in the championship 4. I think it's going to be eluding for him. He's going to get that. Going to miss it. I think Kyle Larson does have a chance, but I just don't think him and Cliff Daniels are going to have the speed to get it done. And I already talked about Martin Truex. He does not have the speed at Phoenix to do anything. So I got to go with William Byron for this one. So there's my playoff bracket for the season. Let's see how quickly this gets disvalued. I definitely think that it's not going to go well. But hopefully I would be happy with how this season turned out if this happened. And frankly, I'd be happy to see William Byron win a championship. Be fun to see, especially with with Joey Logano winning it last year. Very, very redeeming season for the next gens if William Byron won. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please send me your playoff bracket, playoff picks down in the comments below, and hopefully should have some stuff coming in the near future. I've been stuck with other projects, so should have some more stuff coming in the near future. But thank you all for watching. Peace.